So here we are. Let's do a quick little Wikipedia history lesson. Of course, all this information could be wrong. This is the Chokai, and it is a Takao class cruiser, and it was named after a mountain of the same name. It was launched in 1931, and then it was finally scuttled in the Battle off Samar in 1944, late 44. Displacement was over 15,000 tons. Its length was 203 meters. The width or beam was 19 meters. It had 12 boilers, and it could go, 35.5 knots, or around 66 kilometers per hour. It has 10 main guns, which are 20 centimeters each shell, so that's around 8 inches. So I guess that's all I care to learn. It also carries 2 airplanes, but Wikipedia didn't say what types of airplanes, to my recollection. Okay, so you can see the images behind. You know, it's a very long ship, as most are, but this deformation here, deformation here, it's pretty cool. So let's talk about the actual model now. So the only sticker I used was the flag sticker. It didn't come with decals, sadly. I'm not sure why. A lot of the other ones do have decals as well as stickers. So anyways, I just have a hard time thinking these are going to stay on because the deck is three-dimensional, and most things here on this model kit are three-dimensional, so the sticker's going to peel off. One nice thing about this particular kit is you have a massive amount of extra parts and accessories that apparently belong to other ships. But I'm building a bunch of these things, so I also know how fragile these things are. So you have a bunch of triple anti-aircraft, a few double anti-aircraft, two double cannons. You have this biplane even, and this biplane will actually can swap out with this airplane as well, but I already have this on a different ship, it seems, so I didn't put it on. An extra rudder, and if you look how thin the rudder stock is, you know, these things are definitely going to snap off if you ever mishandle these things, so it's nice to have an extra one of those. And I've already lost an antenna piece, so yeah, very nice to have. Alright, so you got those. So there was one major problem putting this thing together, and it's kind of my fault. The deck piece, it goes down into this wall, and I didn't trim off the sprue enough, and that nub mark actually broke this piece. This is the brake line you can see here. So it would have pushed this out and broke it. So you really got to be diligent about trimming off all the nub marks of the deck piece. On this side, it's fine. I guess I clipped it off better. So that's totally my fault. I shouldn't have pushed it in. I shouldn't have forced it in. There were two pieces in the hull that you really don't need them at all. I think they're meant for ballast if you actually want to float this in a bathtub or something like that. But you'll also see the red hull stresses very easily, so that is a stress mark from that gray ballast piece I put in. I guess I'm just not going to put those things in anymore. Also, I think the plastic is getting very brittle. There's another stress mark from that piece. Here's a stress mark from this piece going into the hull. This propeller here snapped off very easily. I had to glue it back together. There's like a break there as well, so I would recommend saving this kind of stuff for last and gluing it because the propellers fell off very easily. Alright, I did, paint the deck, of course, because I'm not going to use those stickers. And I did try to move or pose this turret to the side, but it won't do it. This thing will collide with this post here. So sadly, you can't really pose these turrets sideways. And this is the extent as to how far this front turret can't really pose sideways because it's kind of trapping the flagpole or whatever this pole is in the front. So this is the only one that can actually pose really sideways because nothing is going to collide with it. But on the back, it's going to collide here. It's colliding with the antenna there. And then this one is colliding with that, but also is trapping that kind of flagpole there. So yeah, not much posability with the main turrets on these Fujimis, unfortunately. Okay, so otherwise it wasn't too bad. Fragility wise, it's just the anti-aircraft guns you got to be careful about. What other problems though did I have? It's kind of hard to put this in for some reason. I'm not sure. There's only one peg. The two bottoms don't peg into anything of this radio mast or whatever this tower is. Yeah, okay. So just some silver paint for the searchlights, and then I painted the airplanes, of course, and decaled them, and I clear coated this whole thing because I know those decals are going to fall off very easily. I'm probably not painting these correctly. I was just lazy and just painted that whole front end black. Alright, you could actually pose these little airplanes a little bit in and out, but I glued that one in place because it was broken. This one, so you can pose it a little bit, but it's just colliding with the guns, right? So I just leave it like that. So yeah, I guess that's it. Main issue was, you know, the deck breaking the hull, and then yeah, you probably want to skip those ballast things. Then I have a bunch of black and gray paint washes here, black panel liner for the windows, and yeah, it's a Tamiya paint wash stuff, or panel liner you want to call it. And then I put a sticker down here. This is the Japanese one, and then I have my own little label maker now. Alright, so let's look at a few other ships now in the series. Since this is a cruiser, I have my little plate here. This is a 10-inch ceramic saw blade. So an 8-inch would probably be around here, which means that's the diameter of the shell coming out of one of these main cannons. So, alright, well, being a cruiser, it's quite, it's definitely smaller than the flanking battleship. This is a Fuso battleship here. And then there you have the Kaga aircraft carrier, which I think is built on a battleship hull. And here we have the Akizuki destroyer, which is way too big for, you know, but it's still the smallest one, which makes sense. So, yeah, you know, they're not to scale, of course, being deformed, but at least the overall sizes make sense. That the destroyer would be the smallest, the cruiser bigger, and well, big just with the deck. Okay. Yeah, so you can see this Fuso has that biplane. There was an extra with this particular model kit today, so that's why I didn't put it on this one. I don't know, these planes here are not the same as any of the planes on that aircraft carrier. This plane has like a strange trapezoid side window there, so not sure. Okay, so another fun little kit to put together. It only took like half a day, maybe 6 hours, 8 hours, maybe 8 hours, because I hand painted the thing. So I'm really happy to have this. One other design flaw is the thing isn't sitting on the flatness of the hull, because this rudder, even though the rudder is jammed up as far as it can go, it's actually lifting the rear end, as you can see, right? So that's weird. All the other ones lie flat on their hulls, but for some reason this one does not. I guess maybe they didn't have enough plastic here in the red. Maybe they should have designed a different rudder. It looks like the same rudder as on the other boats. Alright, well, can't change that. So anyways, we'll see you in the next Fujimi build. Thanks. Tune in out.